Alright, so, like, after my last video, a couple people were asking me about, like, the defending teams and stuff, like, why I didn't show the defense, and that's because, one, my arena defense really isn't what I'd call a great defending team, but also, defense isn't quite as effective as a good offense, and I'll show you why. I mean, I have posted videos about defense in the past, about how to build a good defending team, but there's two major problems with defense, especially in Guild Wars, is defense has a lot of disadvantage. Like, there's a lot of advantages for the attacker, right? So I have two battles here, two teams, and right, it's like these battles, the defending team here, that's the defending team here, and this is the defending team here. And in both cases, the teams fight. I have this team attacks this team here and vice versa. And in both cases, I give victories, and I'll show you why. Like, you see, like, if the one key team is better than the other, then how come both of them get the wins versus the others? And this has to do with the advantage of the attackers, right? One, you could play in manual mode. Two, attackers attack first, right? The attackers attack first can matter because it means that, like I said, for example, Ode Serenity will come up just that bit quicker. You'll get to use your first ults a bit quicker, right? Which can matter with Sebastian versus, say, Isaac. So we're going to just watch these fights here. And we'll just kind of, like I said, so we got, like I said, we'll show you. So you get this team right here. So you got the Holy Trinity plus Isaac, Yasmin. This is a Quadrinity team. I said, technically this is a line called Trifecta Killer. But I'll show you the results here. I accidentally did a fight with the wrong pets the first time, but both these teams have all the identical pets as well. And I'll just kind of show you the results here. Right, so we are attacking with Trinity Twins. Right, so but if you notice, like we just, like said, the team on the left goes slightly before the team on the right. They said the attackers attack first. It's super important. It matters. And because that Ode to Serenity comes up before Isaac can get an ult. And I also wait, because it's manual, I also waited just a tiny bit before using Aurora's first ult. So there's no chance of getting silence locked by Sebastian. Like, so those two advantages being just attackers attacking first. Like, we're talking about 1 second difference, right? So you get to use, just about approximately 1 second sooner on attack than you will on defense. And, like I said, being able to hold off an ult until you need it, or whatever, or if you don't want to use it too early, can help a lot. You know, and Isaac dies here. And Yasmin's actually... So Yasmin, if there's not Isaac or something to, like, stun lock or something the other team, like, Yasmin is kind of bad versus Aurora Celeste, because Celeste can snipe Yasmin pretty easily, like especially just like that, when Yasmin ulted and Celeste used her physical attack or basic attack, hit Yasmin. Yasmin has terrible magic defense. Yasmin also has a hard time hitting dodge heroes, but that's a win, right? That was a win. Right, I said Aurora did the most damage. Like I said, Isaac has that thing. It's super important to note, Mara gives Isaac a lot of magic defense, plus he has a magic defense skin now. The magic defense boost does make Isaac quite a bit tougher to defeat. I have, like I said, this line right here is definitely a bit tougher to defeat when it's defending now than he used to be. But I can still beat it twins. I'd probably bring in, like, Arachnomai or something for a line like that. But it's still definitely beatable by twins. But Isaac's magic defense skin definitely makes it a bit tougher, but it is still a win. Like I said, so, Trinity Twins versus Trifecta Killer. On attacking, this is a win. But if we switch the place of the team, now we have the Twins on defense and the Trifecta Killer on offense, right? We get different results. So we're just gonna go here, right? So, but I'd notice again, like, the Celeste and the Sebastians on the left side go slightly before the ones on the right. But we are able to lock down them, even though, like I said, Aurora, you just gotta you're able to lock this down. So Aurora dies because she never got her dodge buffs up. Because we get initiative. Attackers attack first. We have initiative. We come out faster. We silence lock the enemy team. Sebastian does get Ode to Serenity off eventually, but now it's kind of too late because Aurora's already down, and now Celeste is down, and now Isaac's just comboing off, and this ends up being an easy win. Like I said, this line is called Trifecta Killer. It's actually designed specifically to beat defending twins teams. That's why we call it the Trifecta Killer, specifically designed to beat Trinity Twins. Because normally Yasmin's kind of bad versus the combination of Aurora Celeste. Like, if you don't have Isaac here, I wouldn't recommend using Yasmin versus an Aurora Celeste line. But with Isaac, if you can silence Aurora, or like I said, then it becomes a lot more viable. But like I said, this ends up being a victory, complete opposite of the previous battle, even though these are identical teams, identical patronage, everything about them same. This is a max power test with my current branches. Like nothing, there's no variables here other than we switch the places of the defender and the attacker, and the two combinations of, like I said, in this case, I think that did full auto on this because there wasn't any real reason to hold off Aurora's ult because, there's no Isaac or anything on their team, but just the mere fact that the attackers attack first, allows stuff to come out just a bit quicker. Isaac gets to use his ult a bit quicker. Sebastian could ode a bit quicker, or Sebastian odes a bit slower on defense, etc. Stuff like that matters a lot. So it's kind of like, is defense worth it? I mean, defense does matter. You can get wins in Guild Wars by having, like I said, your guild can win Guild Wars by having good defenders, but it's a lot harder to have a good defending team than it is to have a good attacking team. A good offense is far more important than a good defense, because defense is honestly kind of a crapshoot. It's really just like, if you can win your fights on the offensive end, the defensive end is not nearly as important. But if you are trying to do a defending team, you're having status effect heroes like Lars or Isaac are a good place to start. Having Sebastian is good because it makes it a bit harder to try to use status effects. Like, yes, you can. There are teams where you can silence lock with Isaac, but it's not always absolute. And Sebastian does reduce the amount of status effect cheesing you can get. Like, if you don't have Sebastian, then it's open season. They can bring in any multitude of heroes, whether it be Arachne or like I said, Thea, Isaac, Leanne, etc. Like, not having Sebastian on your defending team just makes it that much easier for the attackers. So you do want to try to make it hard as possible, but ultimately, all the advantages are stacked in the attacker's favor, which puts the defense on a huge disadvantage between allowing the attacker to go manual mode and because attackers attack first. Defense is, like I said, at a huge disadvantage. But yeah, not too much more to say on that one. Like, it's just, like I said, it's just a tapping. Like I said, it's kind of like a follow-up to yesterday's video. Having a strong attacking team matters a lot more than having a strong defending team. Like, and you don't necessarily need a lot of heroes. Just having a small number of heroes, like, developed, is really the key to success. Like I said, Aurora, Celeste, Sebastian's always a good core to build around. And then you can add, like, Isaac. Oh, like I said, he's probably like fourth best hero, and then just like said, or whatever, just add like, and you'll have like 8 or 9 heroes that you use to get wins. Anyway, I hope you guys found this video informative. Thank you for watching.